Well, hey everybody, it's lunchtime, which is the best time, which means that it's time for mindset mastery. So today I want to talk to you about ever have one of those days where just everything feels like it's going wrong? Or you look at a section of your life and you go, I just can't win in this area, whether it's finances or fitness or spirituality or romance, whatever it might be. Ever have an area where you go, I just don't know how to turn it around? Well, today I want to talk to you about how do you change your day in about 10 seconds, and then how do you change an area of your life in about 10 minutes. So I'll start with a story. When I was first learning to communicate and tell stories, one of my mentors and a good friend of mine, he said, if ever you're telling, and he said, I got a secret for you. So, okay. And he said, if ever you're telling a story and you can just tell it's going nowhere, he said, I need you to do something for me. I said, okay. He said, lie. And tell everyone, just add this sentence at the end of your story, and then I found $5. And I remember laughing at him, like, and then I found $5. And you go, well, that does make a good end to a story if it sucks. Now, here's why I tell you that story. You might be wondering, why did you bring that up? Here's why. The end of that story, everyone can relate to a directional change. And that's sort of the big concept of our topic for today. We need to distinguish between direction and destination. So for instance, today, if you're having a sort of mediocre day, most of the reason why you're going to feel like today is mediocre or worse than that is because you feel like you're heading in the wrong direction. So here I'm borrowing some thinking from a bunch of people, but actually Tony Robbins, who some people love and some people hate, he talks about this, and so I'm adapting it and using it as my own, but lots of credit to him. He talks about this: human beings, we care way more about our direction than our destination. So for example, if you were walking along the street, if you were at the mall, let's say, and you literally stopped and you found a $5 bill, you would go, I am super happy. You'd feel happy about it, but it's only $5. It doesn't change your life. But that's because we care more about direction than destination. So again, another example right now, because of the coronavirus and the pandemic that's spanning the globe, a lot of people are feeling really down financially. So I've talked to people who have stocks and investments and own real estate, and these people feel miserable because for some of them, like half of their wealth has been like wiped out. And what's interesting is this: the people who don't have any stocks, the people who don't have any assets, the people who don't have a lot of money, they actually don't feel bad about that at all. Now, if they lost their job, they feel bad, but if they haven't lost their job and they don't have any investments, they feel fine. And that's because for them, their direction hasn't changed. But the person who's lost a bunch of money in the stock market, even if they haven't actually lost it by selling, they feel like they're moving in the wrong direction, even though their destination, where they are right now, might actually be better. If you got $1 million in stocks right now, and now it's worth $500,000, and you feel terrible, but you still have $500,000. The person who has nothing in stocks doesn't feel sad about losing anything in stocks, but they don't have $500,000. And this is the key concept. When you're having a miserable day, what you need to do is find a way as quickly as possible to change the direction of that day. So let me give you an example. A few months ago, my dad, he had open heart surgery. And I was working out, I was at the gym, and I got a phone call from my mom, and she said, I need you to come over right away. Your dad has collapsed on the stairs. And so I rushed home. I helped my dad get up off the stairs. I had to be super gentle with him because he'd had a sternum crack to have his surgery. And I put him in the back of our SUV, and it looked like I might lose my dad. And I was full of fear, and it was just a terrible day. And I dropped him at the hospital. He got stabilized, so it felt okay, but it was still just a brutal day. And then on the way to pick me up, because I'd used my parents' vehicle and I left it at the hospital for them, my wife got in a car accident. That was totally her fault. So it was just a miserable day. And I said, how do I turn this day around? And what I did is I immediately changed direction. Here's how I did it for me. I went to Subway and got a Subway sandwich. I actually felt like I wanted to go have a drink, but I said, that's an unhealthy option for me. So I went and got Subway and I took a nap. I went home and I took a nap. And hear me, within 1 hour, when it felt like my world was falling apart, 1 hour later, I felt like everything was going to be just fine. Because human beings, we care more about our direction than our destination. So for some of you, if you're having a lousy day, do something that will turn the direction of your day around immediately. You can do it honestly in about 10 seconds, 10 minutes max. And then you can expand it and look at a larger section of your life. And you go, how could I change directions here? So I'll use finances. Some of you, you're feeling tight on money right now. You're just feeling tight on money. And so here's the question to ask. What one tiny step, what one small step, so that's the idea, one small step could change my financial direction? So for some of you, you could call your phone service provider and go, I need a deal this month. I need to renegotiate my contract. Some of you might go, I'm going to call somebody up and do some work for them. You might just even do some house cleaning. Do what you can to change your financial direction or your fitness direction or whatever it might be. Take your significant other out on a date, and that'll change your relational direction. Because human beings, we're way more attuned to our direction than our destination. And that's how you change your day in 20 seconds or less. And if you forget all of this, remember the idea. If you say, and then I found $5, that will trigger your mind to go, I need to change my direction and not focus on my destination. So with that being said, I hope it's helpful. Quick updates. I'm now running through a much higher quality camera. Hopefully you like that. Again, in my very first episode, I talked about this concept of your first day is your worst day and always be improving. So trying to do that. Now have all my videos up on YouTube. You can search them up. I think Mindset Mastery will work. If you also just search my name, it will work. You can check them out on there and catch up and make fun of my old videos. You can like, comment, or share. Would love if you do that. It'd be helpful. We want to help as many people as possible, and we can do it together. With all that being said, I hope your mind's feeling stronger. I hope your mind's feeling clearer, and we'll see you tomorrow at lunch. Have a great day.